أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you all? Can you hear me? Alhamdulillah. Very good. How was your spring break? Too short? That's how mine was. Listen, we only have 4 weeks left, and 2 of these weeks we are going to learn something that is very important, which is the use of SAP. Now, remember, the use of SAP, your struggle with SAP and your working inside SAP is going to be a huge currency for you when you go in the job market. If you're ever interviewing and the interviewer knows that you have been exposed to SAP, you have worked in SAP, then that is going to be a big plus for you. So when they ask you, do you know anything about SAP, and you say that, yeah, we had worked in SAP in accounting information system class, just by that statement, you will be upgraded from the other candidates who have not been exposed to SAP. So any technical difficulty you're having, any issue you're having, we will take care of all of that. And I'm not going to leave a single one of you behind. We will all learn this, and inshallah you will all do well in this, in the SAP exam, inshallah. Okay, so first, just relax. Okay, just relax about these technical difficulties, and know that SAP is something that is a very complicated thing to use. And in my work that I have done when I worked as an accountant for 8 years in an accounting firm in the US, we used a similar, an enterprise resource planning software. It was called MAS, and it took me 6 months to get somewhat comfortable, not know everything, but somewhat comfortable with how to maneuver and do different things. Having said that, what we are going to do in SAP is very limited, just an exposure. You're going to go in and record a few journal entries and generate a report. Okay, and just from this you will know that the steps and the details involved in doing this, how much there is. And then if you ever work for a company that uses SAP, then slowly, and it will take you years, a few years, a couple of years maybe, to become an expert in SAP. So what we are going to do with you is just an exposure. All right, now, are you a little bit relaxed from when you started this class? Do you feel a little bit relaxed? Are you following? Are you with me? Okay, so don't panic, don't worry. We will take care of every issue that you're having, inshallah. It will be taken care of. Now, having said that, have you done what you could do, which is download and print these documents that I posted, the SAP practice number 1, and then the chart of accounts? What you're looking at in front of you in the screen, have you printed this? Because it's absolutely necessary for you to print this. Okay, all right. The second thing we're going to use today, this is one thing we're going to use. The second thing we're going to use is the chart of accounts. Have you printed this, the second document, which has account name and account numbers for all of these accounts? So these 2 documents we're going to use today. Okay, if you haven't printed them, and if you have access to your printer right next to you, please print them. If not, no problem, follow along what we're doing. This is recorded, and you can come back to this video. This is very important video that we're recording today, the lecture, and you have to come back to this. In addition to watching the video, you can make notes on a piece of paper that will help you with some of the details that I'm going to show you. Okay. Now, my question to you is there anyone among you who was able to install and open SAP? Install and open it. Okay, Tansiha? That means it is not impossible. It is possible to do. Did you use Windows or Mac, Tansiha? Windows, okay. Windows, I have also done Windows, and it's a little bit less messy, okay? It's a little bit less messy. So if you have access to a machine that you can use Windows in, I would say try that, okay? And it will work better than the Mac. Now, any technical difficulties, it will have to go through the IT department, and once you put in a help desk request, which I have given you an email address for, if you're having delay or issues, then you can contact our SAP person whose name is Sanjay, and this is his email address. So if your IT help request is not working out properly, you're not getting what you're supposed to get, they're not. But use this carefully, because if you follow the steps, it should work. If it didn't work, it would not work for anyone. And we know that at least one student in Windows installed SAP. Okay? So the instructions that you have, if you follow them, it will work. If you're doing with a Mac, maybe you will have more difficulty. If you have access to a Windows machine, even if it's not your machine, for this project, try to access that machine and do this in that Windows machine instead of Mac. All right? Are you following so far? This little bit of effort, this little bit of difficulty will give you a big dividend. This SAP, learning the SAP, or at least getting exposed. We're not learning a whole lot of details, but getting the exposure to SAP, this will get you a long way, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what you are expected to do in SAP, and all of this will be recorded. So once you get it finally installed, you can start with practice 1, which we're going to do today. Even if you have it installed, like Tansiha has, don't try to do what I'm doing. Just follow what I'm doing, and then later play the video, and then pause and do what you see. Repeat in your own SAP account, and then see if you can do what I have done. And then there is a practice 2, and there is a practice 3, right? And you can enter these multiple times to make sure you get enough practice. We have enough time. The SAP exam is on the 4th of April, so we have 2 weeks, right? We have 2 weeks. So there is enough time to get practice. The key is to get this thing installed properly in your machine. All right? So far, so good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to enter these transactions in SAP. Okay? So the instructions say, perform the necessary activities in SAP for the following 10 events. Use today's date to record all transactions. Once completed, save the final output as a single PDF. So all you have to do is inside SAP, record 10 journal entries from these 10 items, 10 transactions that took place. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you have to generate a report, and I'm going to show you how to do that. That report is what you're going to submit in Blackboard on the day of the exam. Okay? All right, now I'm going to go into SAP. I'm going to open SAP. Once I have the SAP installed, there will be an icon on your screen that says SAP. Once you click that, it will bring you to this screen right here. Okay, this is where you will come to. Once you get here, click on this one of these two logons. If you have two, just click on the first one. If you have only one, you can click on that one. So if I click on this first logon, this first line, it will bring me to the screen where it is going to ask me for the client number. The client number is 224. And this is for everybody. The client number is 224. The username is assigned in the Blackboard. My username is teach007. Okay, there you go. teach007. I did not request that number. It was just assigned to me. Okay, so once I click on that, first login, I am going to get to this screen right here. Okay, as you can see. So in the client, I would enter 224. As you see, the username is teach007. Your username is learn dash a number, right? 075 or 110, whatever that number is. And then the password, initially, the password is the same for everybody, but once you log in the first time, it will ask you to give a new password, provide a new password, repeat the password, and you can create a password. Now, this logon screen, right, description is also given to you in Blackboard with screenshots. So this you can find also in Blackboard. So once you get to this screen, you enter the username, right? You enter the username and you enter the password, and any difficulty, like, right? So if you had any difficulty in following these steps, you have to go back to the IT and they will fix it for you. So don't bring these questions here, just follow along. Let's say your password is working, what then? Okay, let's say your password is working, what happens then? So I enter my password here and it will bring me to the screen right here. Now once I put my username and password, I will come here. So this, now I am in the SAP where I am going to start working on the transactions. I'm going to go to accounting right here, and then financial accounting. Under that, general ledger. Under that, document entry. Under that, enter general ledger account document. So again, I come to the main menu, accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document entry, and enter GL account document. I click that and it brings me to the screen. Here I'm going to enter my journal entries. Okay, this date, posting date, will always be there, and it is going to be today's date. So whatever day you're entering, it will be the day of that date of that day. Make sure you enter the document date also for the same day. So you click here and you select March 21st. Next, in the reference, you have to enter your username and the date following this convention. So use username space the date 21 dash the first three letters of the month, MAR. So if it's in March, it will be MAR. If it's in April, it will be APR. Okay. All right. Now, once you have done this, nothing else is needed in these following boxes. You come down here to enter the journal entry. The first journal entry says common stock, sold common stock for $50,000. So when you sell common stock, you debit cash and you credit common stock. Now, the cash account number in your chart of account is 100,000. So 100,000. So I will enter here the general ledger account number 100,000, right? And I will press enter. As soon as I do, the text will show bank. This is cash account. I will have to select debit from here because I'm going to debit the cash account. And then the amount is 50,000. So this is from the practice one. Once I enter 50,000, I will hit enter. It will take me to the next line. The next line is the credit, which is to common stock. The common stock account number is 329000. So that's the common stock. I hit enter, and again, it shows common stock, and it will be credit, and the amount is going to be 50,000. And I hit enter. Once I do that, you see here, there is this green box. It will come. It means your debits and your credits equal, and this entry is ready to be saved. To save the entry, click this icon on top left. Once you go here, it says post. Once you click this, this will be recorded and the screen will again become empty for your next entry. Before you post, you make sure that all the items are recorded correctly. The details are recorded correctly. This date is correct, this date is correct, and your reference number is your username space the same day. Remember, if this is incorrect in any one of the entries you record, your report will not include that entry. So make sure this reference number is recorded exactly the same, space, dash, capital, lowercase, everything. So record it exactly the way you see. All capital teach dash 007 space 21 dash MAR, right? If it is March. In the day of the exam, it will be 4 dash APR, okay? So I will post this entry. The next entry says purchased equipment. Again, the date is going to be the same. The reference number, once you record the reference number one time, if you click, it will already be there, so you can select. Okay? Now, purchased equipment. So my debit is going to be to equipment, and the item, the account for equipment is fixed assets. So the fixed assets account number is 220050. This is on the chart of accounts, 220050. I click enter, shows a fixed asset. I will debit fixed assets for the amount is 25,330, and this is shown in the practice one. The credit is going to be cash. Again, same cash account, 25,330. Once I do this, this green light will show everything is okay. I can post. Okay? So far, so good. You are following? Are you following along? Once you get in there, it's not that difficult as you see, right? So this is repeating this. Once you get it installed, right, it is not difficult. The codes are posted in Blackboard. I showed you the codes, the account. You're talking about the account number, Al-Jazi, or what do you mean by code? For the fixed assets, this is posted in Blackboard's chart of accounts. Download it from chart of accounts, right? You don't have to make notes about these numbers. All of this is posted for you, okay? This is already in Blackboard. So I asked you to download and print it before you came to class. If you haven't done so, no problem. Just get it downloaded from there, okay? The next entry, date, reference number, says paid franchise fee. So franchise fee is intangible assets, and it's the same. We're using the same account as the fixed assets. So we will enter 220050 and we'll debit. The amount is 20,750. Credit is going to be cash 20,750. Okay. All green. Post. Next. Same day. Same reference number. Next entry says prepaid rent for 12 months. Prepaid rent. So now we are going to debit the prepaid rent. The account number is 215000. Prepaid rent. We will debit it for $12,000. We will credit cash for 12,000. All green. Post. Next. Same date. Same reference number. Entry says purchased inventory on account. So our debit is going to be inventory. What will be the credit? Which account? Who can tell? When we say on account, the credit is going to be accounts payable. Very good. Excellent. So we debit inventory. Inventory account number is 200600. Okay. Debit. Amount is 10,500. Credit is accounts payable. Accounts payable account number is 300600. Accounts payable, and the amount is 10,500. Green. Post. Then we have depreciation expense for 3,450. Same date, same reference number. Debit is going to be to depreciation expense, which is 741,000. 741,000. Now, depreciation expense. So it will say miscellaneous because all of these items are going to be under the miscellaneous. We debit it for 3,450. Now, notice whenever you have an expense, you have to record two extra things. One is the tax code. So the tax code is right here in this box. You click here and the tax code will show. Just select this last one, XO, output tax. Click and it will show up here. And then you also have to select tax jurisdiction, right? Tax jurisdiction. And you can select any state in the United States. For example, let's say we go with New York. Once you do NY, if you select New York, right, and click enter, it will show you this box. Here you will again enter New York, NY, right? NY, nothing else is needed. And you click this box right here, okay? Once you do that, it will give you the option to select New York. And you double click on this and you click this checkbox and it will show up right here. And we will do this multiple times and you will learn this easily, inshallah. So any expense, you have to select these two boxes. Now, the credit is going to be to accumulated depreciation, and the account number for that is 220060. Accumulated depreciation 3450. Green post. Then we go to the next one, same date, same reference number. Now remember, I'm using the same reference number because it's still today. If you go to a different day, you have to enter a different reference number, which will show your username space that day's date. Next is accumulated record amortization expense. So amortization expense again is 741000. Miscellaneous expense, debit. The amount is 2850. Again, we have to select this tax code thing, tax code. We'll select this last one, output tax. And once I have recorded the jurisdiction one time, it will give me the option to copy. So if I do NY, it will give me this right here. But the first time you have to go and open the box and do the whole thing, right? So let me show that to you one more time. Let's do a different state. Let's do Tennessee. Oh, I have done Tennessee before. So let's do Ohio, right? If I do Ohio, OH, I click this, come here and do again, OH, click. Remember, you only have to do for one state and you can use it. So I click here, this is what you have to do, and it's now showing. Accumulated amortization is the credit. So the entry, the account number is 220060. Accumulated amortization, same account as depreciation. We entered the amount 2850. Green post. The next is received payment from customers in advance. So here, same date, same reference. Debit is going to be to cash. So receive payments, debit to cash. The amount is 7,000. Credit to unearned revenue. Unearned revenue. Unearned revenue account number is 322000. Enter unearned revenue, and the amount is going to be 7,000. Green post. Next entry, same date, same reference number. Provided service for cash. So the debit is going to be to cash, debit, amount is 9,500, and the credit is going to be to sales revenue, and the account number is 600,000, 600,000. Okay. If this description does not show, bring your icon here and click one more time and it will show. Okay. Credit 9,500. For revenue also, you have to select the tax code and the tax jurisdiction. So we'll select from what we have done before, New York, right here. Once we do this, once you do this for the sales revenue, this message will pop up at the bottom of the screen. It says, enter a true account assignment object with revenue. Now, this is a warning message, and we don't care for that message. We will click enter multiple times. If you click enter multiple times, this entry will get posted. Okay? So we want to make sure that we have the 9,500 and 9,500 in both places, and then we keep pressing enter. I'm pressing enter, 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 enter. It will get posted in just a minute. I hope it will. Let's see. Oh, I think I have to do something here, which is click this box right here. Yeah. Click this box right here. Not working. I don't know why. We will come back to this. This should work. We will try this again. But let's go to the next entry and we will finish recording and I will show you how to report this. The sales revenue account we had difficulty with before. If we cannot get it fixed, we will just not record an entry that deals with the sales revenue. There's some complication here. I contacted SAP as well. As you can see, you're not the only one having technical difficulties. So let me try this one more time. If it doesn't work, so we can exit this. We can let's see here. If we exit this, this particular entry won't be saved, but all the others that we have entered so far will be saved. So let's exit here and say yes, and we will come back and we'll do the last entry, which is salaries expense, same date, same reference number. Salaries expense would be wages and salaries, which is payroll expense 741000, debit, amount is 6,550. And remember, when there is an expense, you have to select the tax code and you have to select the tax jurisdiction. And the credit is to cash, 6,550. Remember, sometimes for no reason or for reasons that we don't understand, it might freeze on you, that one particular entry. Just exit and come back in. All the entries that you recorded before this would be there. But just this one, if it does not work, if it gets frozen for you somewhere, just exit and come back and it will work, inshallah. So this one is green and we post. Okay. So now we are done with all the entries. We are going to now exit, and then we are going to now record the prepare the report that we're going to submit. So to do that, we have to go in the general ledger and information system. So again, accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, we come down here to information system. Under the information system, you see the general ledger reports new. Under that, we go to document. Under that, we go to general. Under that, we go to document general. So several steps here. General ledger, information system, general ledger reports new, document general, and then document general. We click here, and this is what we have. All of this is going to be there already. What you have to do is come down here, and posting date, you have to select from the beginning of the year, January 1st, until the day you're entering. So, or you can leave it alone. You can do the end in the end of the month, and the reference number you have to enter exactly what you entered. For me, T007 space 21 dash MAR, and here also 21 breach teach 007 21 dash MAR. So both reference number from and to, both of them should be the same. Okay, this is the key. If you do not enter this in every journal entry and you do not enter this here correctly, your report is not going to include all the journal entries you recorded. So make sure this reference number and this reference number is the same reference number you entered for every single journal entry. And this is your username, space, the day, dash, the month. Then you come up here and you click on this button which says execute, and this is the report. Okay, so if we come down here, if we go to this report, and if we scroll down, if you go down, you will see these entries recorded. So we have our entry: debit to cash, credit to common stock, debit to fixed asset, credit to bank, fixed assets, bank, prepaid rent. You see all of these entries that we have recorded. Okay, so you will see them. All of them are here. Once you get to this, you will click on this print icon. Once you click on this print icon, this box will show. The output device is going to show something. In mine, it's showing LOCL. Don't do anything with that. Once this screen shows, check this green mark, this tick mark. Click here, and this second screen will come. Here, this will be PDF. If it is not PDF, you should select PDF. Okay, this should be PDF. Once you get to this screen, click OK and save the file. Save the file in your desktop. Save the file in your desktop. Name the file with your name and today's date. Okay, name the file. So for example, my first name Shahrayar, my last name Sadullah, and then 21-MAR. So this is my file name. Once you submit this file in Blackboard, this file name will tell me that this is your file. If everybody submits a file that says SAP assignment, then I will have 35 files named SAP assignment. It's very difficult to maneuver. Okay, so make sure you save this file on the day of the exam, your first name, your last name, and the date. So once you save this, there will be a PDF file saved in your desktop, and that PDF file is going to look like as follows. Let me show it to you. So this is going to be how the PDF file looks like. Once you come in here, the first page is not going to show the journal entries. You have to go to the second page. Okay, go down. Here are the journal entries. So this is what you're going to submit in Blackboard. Okay, this is showing all the debits and credits to all these different accounts. Okay, and this is what you're going to submit. Okay, so this is the initial instruction, and this is recorded, so you can access this now to get your SAP to work. Make sure you follow the instructions, and if you have a forum, I know you do, then those students who were able to install, for example, Tansiha, provide help on the steps. And if you're using Mac, see if you can access a Windows machine. Okay? Are there any questions on what I'm asking you to do? So between now and next class, your assignment is going to be download and install SAP and watch this video and enter the journal entries just like I have entered. Don't worry about the journal entry number 9. You might have difficulty, right? So work out the issues with IT, and if you're not getting, give them some time, right? Give them some time. If you do not hear back within the same day or within a few hours, let me know. Okay, inshallah. So all of these technical issues that I cannot log in or my password is not working, this is for the help desk and for Sanjay. Okay, these technical issues, and if you do not hear from them within 24 hours, let me know. Is that clear? All right. All right then. Don't worry about, uh, don't stress about the project, this SAP. It will work out for every single one of you, inshallah. We will fix it. We will make sure that it works. Okay. The IT will help you. We will help you. It will work, inshallah. Don't worry. We have ample time. So make sure between now and our next class you have it installed and you have tried entering the journal entries. All right. I will see you on Tuesday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.